and we've already read the final entry from that guy. Like, he made it clear that he was heading back. So, we've already read that final entry. So, moving on. Please. Bastard. Yeah, they will never allow me to do that. It's too much fun. Nyeh. I was going to be getting swag and sorcery when I bought the Crucible, but Mum bought some online the other day, and I was getting it via her card. Some knowing company decided, oh, you paid for a product? Well, you may as well pay for it twice, eh? We are getting the money back, and it was a mistake, but frustratingly, I have to wait up to like 5 days to get the money back. By the time this comes out, some swag and sorcery should be out. Part of me wonders how into it I'll be, you know? But we'll wait and see. We'll head back. So many one-handed weapons. May as well head to Devil's Crossing, it's an easier point. Oh yeah, once I finish this quest I'll get a ton of rep, and I'll hit Revered. You know, I don't actually even need Homebrew Potion anymore. I'm too tanky for it. 72% cold resistance. God damn. It's a bit superfluous. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. Some people can reduce your resistances. So if anyone tries it with cold, I'm fine. Of course, the enemy we're facing is a fire god, but whatever. You know, I was actually thinking of heading to bed early tonight. I just realized that was actually the plan right now, at like 6 AM. No health change. Noticeable drop in offensive and defensive ability though. Bit of a rise in damage and armor rating. Also a rise in this. Christ, I'm nearly on to 40,000 damage. Character is actually pretty burly. There's a note up here? Carven algae. Ooh, this is a different tint to it. We do not know where he hails from. Nobody we spoke to knows him. What drew this sorcerer to our lands confounds us, but it is disregard for our ways, our very fate, that brought him to my attention. I've received numerous complaints of this Solel visiting religious sites and temples, and showing utter disregard for procedure or ritual. It is almost as if he is searching for something, but what? I cannot say. His private home in the outer reaches of the Cairn docks, acquired with satchel of foreign gold, I am told, has been sighted, giving off an eerie glow in the middle of the night, much like the Divine's Eldritch light. I feel that it is only a matter of time before he conjures his own undoing, by delving into matters he is not meant to, and drawing the ire of the Eldritch sun. I know not what folly the sorcerer plans, but he is quickly becoming a danger to the Corvan fate, and a menace to its people. Must not let this dissidence unravel what is Yeah. We must not let dissidents unravel what is presently a fragile situation. With the Eldritch Sun silent and none allowed to seek his providence, we must take these matters into our hands. I've dispatched the temple's elite guard to handle this concern. Nobody's going to miss a reclusive sorcerer, and besides, he's a stranger to these lands after all. What's one more unidentified body in the river? Huh. So, if the other notes are to be believed, that reclusive sorcerer was a Sorrel in human disguise. So, huh. Yeah, those guards are fucked. So I remember fighting a similar enemy to these big ones in when I was playing Diablo 3. I'm curious about something. Red and green, Eldritch and Chaos. Stairs down. Havos Emberspark. That echo they do for that voice just makes me think of like Oberon from Overlord, the video game. I'm interested in the Korvaak analogy. You know, that would be an interesting read. So I really want to try and find the rest of it. Regrettably, it seems like it's all going to be hidden in secret areas. Hopefully they're not too well hidden. Another hero. Try to chunk XP off him for, you know, a bonus for a hero thing. Brothers Segurius, Vengeance of Kymon. Not as burly as the sister we fought. Then again, I am more powerful since when I fought her. Much more powerful. Amastaran Pauldrons. It's very much a soldier set, but still, it would have some use for me. But I think what I have is better. I do more elemental damage than physical anyway. No, just hacking through all these might give me the rep I need to just get to Honored. There's just waves upon waves of them. Oh, my lightning strike managed to hit all the way over to here. God damn. Yet another shrine. Beautiful. Christ, that's loud. Hopefully I can still be heard despite it. There we go. God damn, that hero went down like a jump. Finally. New legendary. Vanguard of the Legion. It's a epic shield. It's very much a soldier shield. Exterminus. Exterminate, eviscerate, annihilate. It's a one-handed gun. It's very much built for oath keepers and cultists. Interesting. It's not half bad weapon. Dark flame. Mark your foe with dark flame that weakens your resolve. It reduces fire and chaos resistance by 20%.
I can't carry anymore.
See anything you like?
And with that done, let's head up here. Let's have a quick look here. Bristly fur. Dense fur. It's cold resist. Any other type of fur. On the out, 24 armor, 20% cold. Sure. Not fuck it, I'll go with this. I feel right now that I may just call it here. I'm getting quite tired. Aether Soul. A stone vibrating with energy, often left behind by ethereal beings destroyed in the material plane. Okay, let's just head up and find something. But do I really not have anything for belts? Oh wait, no. Belt. I already have something on belt. Oh, you. But yeah, I'm thinking I might actually call it quits soon. I'm getting quite tired. Wouldn't mind pushing on a little further though. And also I can't leave just yet, there's so much shit here on the ground. I'd actually forgotten all about it. And I was about thinking I could just call it there, you know? First point. I now do over 40,000. So well behind that, you know, guide I was talking about for the warder, like what they could do pull off, but they were actually getting some synergy out of their class. I'm doing this I'm basically just a shaman. Nice. You know what? I'm actually going to look this up, just because I'm tired of searching for secrets. Okay, we actually missed. A bit of. We actually missed the second note. I feel like I need to go around actually dropping items at different points, just in case I have to return. I can just click it from item to item. Because the character will, as you've seen previously in Port Valberry, will run no matter how far it is. Okay, I'm not seeing it. Okay, apparently there's a secret crate quest in Forgotten Gods. It only occurs in ultimate difficulty. Apparently you can find, you know, the stamp, the symbol of the Great Entertainment on the ground at different points. Apparently a hidden monster in the tomb here. Oh no, it was just someone glitching into a wall. Okay. In actuality, it is here on this floor. It's over here. Over here was suspicious to me, but I didn't think anything of it. Seriously? Fucking camera angle. I'm puzzled about all the, gear from elsewhere just turning up here, but sure, why not? Like finding, Imperial gear and, Irulan equipment in a city that fell hundreds of years before Irulan existed. I know, voodoo narrative dissonance, it just looks weird. Blindly have I stared beyond the curtain of reality. Agony met me part way, beyond magnificence. For my achievement I was punished. My wounds weep, but my eyes are open. That was to be my gift, my bane, for staring into the Eldritch sun. Dutifully, I kept others at bay for centuries, filling their minds with horrors and visions of their own demise, that they did not repeat my mistakes. Yet this one confounds me. He is undisturbed, driven, power-hungry. Priests made threats, and he laughed in their faces. Such arrogance in such a fragile, fleshy thing, yet he's brimming with potential. My open eyes peer through the possibilities. The one that holds the leash is wounded, broken. Given these circumstances, enough attempts, the mortal may eventually succeed in satisfying his hunger. But would his reign be? Would his reign be any more just? His heart is as black as the riding darkness, but he's not mad. He could be reasoned with. Many roads to follow, but only one shines clearly before me, and but one leads to my ultimate victory. The Eldritch sun must set, and a new order must rise in its stead. The sorcerer, the priestess, and the guardian, equal and not. Yes, it will not be enough to merely bring the sorcerer to his goal. The ever-living flame needs to be extinguished from the path, his immortal heart shattered by betrayal, and the one that wraps her web around his very soul will be the very same that binds her prize. No doubts remain in the infinity. My course is set. Now I must merely ensure that the other pieces fall in line. All other threads will be cut until the one true path remains, the path of Dreeg. Okay, so no, the Eldritch Sun seemingly did come before the Witch Gods. Okay. He is indeed, their predecessor. But he apparently usurped it from another person. And then there's always the question of whether or not he is even the original Eldritch Sun. Interesting. I'm on to your tricks. So, the Sorrow, the sorcerer, that was before he ascended. Dreeg was a priest of the Eldritch Sun, it seems. No wonder they're so scared of this guy. It's, you know, in Dreeg's case, he made him Dreeg. Tragic is the tale of Ulzan, the ever-living flame, the right hand of the Eldritch Sun, for none have suffered as ruthless a betrayal as he. A warrior at heart, Ulzan was restless with his newfound duties of keeping vigil over the temple of the Eldritch Sun. For what mortal could hope to threaten a god? And so he entertained himself within his temple, consuming wines and concubines faster than his attendants could hope to supply. That was until Priestess Bezamel attracted his attention. Her generous curves moved with confidence through the halls, and her emerald eyes captivated the god. But it was her silky voice that got her invited to his chambers. There she stayed, sometimes for days, to the chagrin of the temple priests. Ulzan was enthralled by a young priestess, shirking his duties and ignoring complaints of his attendants. None but Bezamel was allowed near him. None but her would be allowed to fill his lonely nights of vigil. That lust would ultimately prove to be his undoing, for it was then that Ulzan learned the true danger of mortals. It was on the fateful day when the earth ruptured and the sky. It was on the fateful day when the earth ruptured and the sky turned to flame that Ulzan realized his folly. Bezamel had promised him a glorious surprise, an indulgence unlike any he had yet experienced in his many lifetimes, which left Ulzan recklessly far from the Korvan city and the temple of the Eldritch Sun. Sensing the upheaval, Ulzan rushed back to his post, but he was far too late. The city was consumed by fire, and the great temple had been claimed by another. Ulzan howled at the sky, calling out to his father Empyrean for aid, but the skies were silent. And in blinding agony and rage, Ulzan flattened his temple, and inflicted a wound upon the world that burns to this day, just as the wound Bezamel left upon his heart remains still. But where the vengeful god is now, perhaps only the witch gods know. Oh, this is all very interesting. It's, you know, it's like, oh, it's all very interesting. But admittedly, oh, more. But admittedly, you know, the drama and shit there, it's like out of a questionable TV show. I don't know, it just feels like some drama you would see on, you know? Not that I'm complaining, it's still enjoyable. Then again, maybe I'm being unfair in that comparison. So many plugs, like my god. Oh, treasure trove. Rock. Impurity. Ooh, it's a necromancer one. But like it fits, like the little story there, it fits, it works. But at the same time, part of me feels like, you know, yeah, I could see this on some like, you know, questionable TV show, you know. So it's not a condemnation of it; it's just simply an observation. That's all. Like I like it, it's fine, but it's duality of man, you know. Like I just feel like I'm not, you know, my point wouldn't get across right. Like I like it. The story works just fine, but at the same time, it seems like the kind of thing I would see. You know, I could pick a, not necessarily a schlocky TV show, but I'm not sure if that would be the right word. And you know, find a similar kind of, you know, thing in it. You know, it seems familiar. You know, kind of a familiar thing, if you get me. I thought that was just like floating off the edge, but no, it's on the wall. Did what I just say make sense? Not about the thing floating, but I get like this. It's annoying. It's just like, am I even being coherent? It's a constant fear I have. And the answer, and I think I am. Basically that. Give me a sec. I think what I was getting at was that now I'm probably going to catch some fire here, but you know, just given all the sex in it, it wouldn't be out of place in out of like Game of Thrones or what have you. You know, that's what I was trying to get at. I just had to think and, you know, put the words together better. You know, it wouldn't sound out of place in that kind of show, you know? Yeah, dangle, you bastard. So again, not a condemnation of it. Like, it's fine. It's just seems like it would be like right at home and that kind of thing. Like, I know people really like Game of Thrones, and I'm not condemning the writing in general, just there's copious amounts of sex in it, and it seems like right at home there. More so than anything else here in Grim Dawn. Okay, I'm just, you know, I'm gonna cheat. There is another one. And here. Seems like there's 2 per floor. These notes are really interesting. Nice. Let me regale to you. Okay, I'm recording. Good. You can hear me, you could hear the game, you have footage, and I am recording. Good. Let me regale to you the tale of Corvin's fall. For when the gods did battle and the world shook in their wake, it was the people of Corvin that paid the price of ambition. With Olzenoff and distant lands, the temple of the Eldritch Sun was infiltrated, aided by treachery. The many-eyed fiend, the guardian of the hidden realm, clouded the minds of the temple's attendants, and allowed 2 figures, a sorcerer and a priestess, to pass through unhindered. Together, they crossed the gate to a reality beyond mortal words, the realm of the Eldritch Sun. There they found the primordial being gathering strength upon its throne. The sorcerer spared no time in unleashing his assault upon the wounded god. All the while the priestess cast her bindings upon him, and the infinite gaze filled his mind with visions of terror. The souls were being trashed against his restraints and lashed out at his attackers, and as he did so, the land above crumbled and spat fire. The air filled with sulphur, and the Korvan people fled for safety. The seas evaporated and the rivers were replaced with molten rock. The Korvan lands were as bound to the fate of Korvaak as flesh is to bone. For every injury the god sustained from the sorcerer's onslaught, a violent eruption shook the basin and engulfed its people. As he strained against the priestess' bindings, so the earth crumbled and changed. As the guardian's visions consumed his very thoughts, so the Korvan people were ensnared by madness and nightmares. When at last the tremors subsided, and the survivors looked up from among the ashes, they saw not one figure descending the temple steps in triumph, but 3. The fate of Karn was forever changed. Cool. So yeah, they're worried of Korvaak coming back for vengeance. That's why they're pissed. That's why they're so scared. And you know the darkness that is preventing people, that the Dreeg worshippers were talking about? That's like Dreeg himself blocking out their visions. It's probably obscuring it to try and minimize, in case anyone figures out the truth, Though given that Dreeg knows the future, it's probably a case of, if he doesn't block it out, they will figure out the truth. Golden portcullis. I still haven't saw Father Kymon yet. Yeah, there probably isn't another one anymore, given, what the last one was. But I like being sure. Father Kymon, Avatar of Korvaak.
It is too late. Turn back now. Return to whatever loved ones you still cherish, and perhaps you will evade Korvaak's wrath.
Father Kymon, why are you doing this?
Do you not see? If not for my actions, humanity would already be doomed. Korvaak may be a bane upon this world, but he is also our only hope against the darkness that's already consuming Cairn. The Eldritch Sun is our salvation, not the false gods you serve.
I do find it funny outright calling Korvaak a bane. It's kind of like the attendant, back in the temple of the 3 gods. Him being quite flippant and, blunt about the witch gods, Speaking with a surprising candency. Balked by powerful guardian. False gods?
You do not know. The very gods you chose to serve are nothing more than lies. The 3 are not true gods, merely usurpers who will get their just rewards. Korvaak is humanity's only hope against Kymon and the legions of the Void.
This is actually true, but there is a question whether or not Korvaak himself is just a usurper himself. You're delusional.
I did what I had to. Humanity already lost this war. We require the aid of a greater power. A power that seeks the destruction of Chthonians above all else.
Chthonians.
Some deaths are inevitable. A small price to pay for the survival of our people.
This madness ends here. Oh, that's horrific. Father Kymon, Avatar of Korvaak. I think I called him Father Korvaak. But yeah, I just got the achievement, what was it? I was kind of too focused on not dying there, I kind of didn't think to read. Scroll. Betrayer of humanity. OPS, Steam, Grim Dawn. But yeah, it doesn't seem there's any the Kymon's chosen here that aren't allied with him, beyond the group that we saw outside. Going from what I've seen, I was really expecting the boss to burst up here. It's very fitting. This is probably where the people were sacrificed into. You know, the ones that were chosen. But yeah, when I had a look at that map on Grim Tools, they only referenced the Necromancer. That was it. Approach the Eldritch Gate. The Eldritch Gate is sealed by powers beyond your comprehension. May be only opened with the sigil of this tree. Let's go kill a god. Astral Fields.
After all these centuries, the usurpers dare not even show.
Wish we had subtitles for his talking there. I got kind of covered by the fighting. But after all these centuries, the usurpers don't even dare show themselves. Now this is really building up towards a huge final boss. Xanatan. Like there was big build up for the Ugorian back in the day. Oh, I'm now honored. Nice. New quest. There was big build up for the Ugorian. But there wasn't really, I didn't feel much build up for the Master of Flesh. For this, I feel this is incredible build up, you know? Empowered Devil's Grin. Cool. It's a shield. It's useless to me.
How long did they think their charade would last?
This voice sounds familiar. Has this guy played an evil god in something else as well? Don't tell me it's like the Forgotten God in Overlord 1. So I don't think I said it when I did my playthrough of, you know, Raising Hell. Honestly, the design on that creature makes me think of, well, there's a creature in Bulba Boy, I remember seeing a playthrough of that, and it looks just like it. Some like, wait, it's like toilets demon thing. Yeah, toilet turd demon or something. I don't know. I vaguely remember it. They don't really explain what it is. It just appears. And yeah, it's the final boss of, you know, Overworld 1 just fucking looks like that. You know, including the true final boss, you know. It just fucking looks like that. It's really creepy. Really weird. But now I guess we see why that's not all Eldritch beings from what's its place serve the tree. Some are devotees of this guy. And the guy didn't turn on his worshippers, he was being attacked. And him being in pain fucked up with the land. To behold to the realm of the Eldritch Sun is a blessing unto itself. To be granted the honor by the divine himself is another matter entirely. But so it was on the day I visited the Temple of Ran, the breed of the sacred incense that I was visited with a vision of golden light and flame. It was without a doubt a manifestation of our divine Korvaak, I'm certain of it. With arms open wide, he welcomed me to witness the splendors of his realm. The temple walls dissolved around us, and I found myself stepping onto a land for which words are lacking. Massive winged creatures glided in the distance, their glistening feathers backdropped by a brilliant starry sky. Auroras of raw magic flowed between vast floating islands of trees and plants I've never seen before. I touched one of the roots, and raw arcane energies pulsed away from my fingertips. It was all too much for a mortal mind to absorb. I turned to our benefactor with tears in my eyes. I could tell I was visibly shaking. The Eldritch sun took mercy on me, and I woke abruptly to find myself surrounded by temple priests. Apparently, it started convulsing and foam formed itself at the corners of my lips. The priests placed some herbs beneath my nose, which they say was what allowed me to waken again. I told them that could not be true, as I was visited by the Eldritch sun himself. I was looked upon as a madman. Why would I, of all people gathered at the temple, be granted such an amazing sight? For that I do not have an answer, but cannot deny the gift I was given, even if the envious are in denial of its magnitude. And the note is here, which makes me wonder, did he visit the place again? Yeah. But it could just be here to, like, here, have some more. It's not actually there, but have some more. Satan Gargoyle. Bindings of Bezalel. Don't want to stand there for too long. Damage is kind of stacking. Oh, we've seen an orb like this before. Down where we end up finding the ghost grave robber. Well, in the area with the guy who turned him into a ghost.
Come, little human. I will make this quick.
I feel like the idea is just get, person out in the horror movie. They're creeping through the forest. They go try one path and they hear horror music, so they try another one. They hear horror music, so they try a third one, and it's happy music, so they just start prancing that way. But in my case, it's like, no, I'm the horror character. I'm trying to find people to kill. Like I'm the monster. Of the memes of, referencing Doom. It's, guy, he's just like looking up cagily from, like, I'm not sure if he was eating at the time or what. I can't remember the picture too well. But he's like looking up really worried. And it's like, when you're a demon in hell and you hear like metal in the background. Yeah, same principle here. Though, no real metal, sadly. Wouldn't mind some. Wouldn't mind some. Got a few crits there. So yeah, it must have been the chain lightning off my other weapon that kept triggering. I forgot it had that effect. I thought the game was glitching out in my favor. And I was like, sure, why not? Kinda miss that now. It's kinda nice to just have enemies proccing that for me. It probably wouldn't work if it was normal retaliation, but it's not. Also, that's a familiar sound. But having them all dying together means that those acid balls are pretty potent, because it's sent to the Eldritch Throne. It's multiple acid balls at once, Gotta explore this thoroughly. Extra XP, rep, gear, all in the offing.
My inventory is full.
Okay, we're Throne of the Tree. Korvaak's Trove, walk by a powerful presence. Korvaak's Essence. Maybe I should have gone sold first. Ooh, this is rough. What should be yours once more? I was hoping to jump through him. Oh, can't hurt him for the time being. I've gotten better with these boss fights. They're miles above the Ogorian. Hail to the king, baby.
Balance must be maintained.
Our balance must be maintained? Huh. And I swear that was the voice of the messenger. Ooh. This is a unique one. Primordial ruminations, or ruminations of something, something, something. The raging thoughts of a primordial being emanate from the scrap of ruined flesh and flow through your mind. Betrayed by my brothers and sisters, Empyrean vanished to the celestial tapestry of creation. The war is over. We have lost. My kin, in their desperation, tapped into the forbidden void in order to turn the tide in their favor. They may be the victors, but the maddening whispers have them now. As for us, we are beaten. Nothing remains now but to hide and tend to our wounds. My temple still stands, my faithful remain loyal. With their worship and sacrifice I've gained my strength. May take 100 years, 1,000, it matters not. My vengeance is inevitable. Roars of agony reverberate through your flesh. My Lal Olzan watches over me now, along with the many-eyed fiend I've bound. My Lal Olzan watches over me now, along with the many-eyed fiend I've bound to his fate. Mortal eyes must not see me in this state, until I'm ready to return to the stars and reap my vengeance. The rabble's fate must not falter. The clash of battle and the sizzling power of arcane spellwork fills your ears before becoming deafened by the cracking of the very earth. Treachery! Betrayal! Where is Olzan? What sorcery is this? What has this witch done? When these bindings break, I'll spill her blood and make her watch every drop. The scheming sorcerer she's allied with will burn on an eternal pyre for my amusement. As for the duplicitous Dreeg, the agony I've instilled upon him will be a mere trickle compared to the torment he'll suffer for eons. Darkness clouds your mind, and heavy breathing fills your ears. He stirs. The dead one stirs. His blood roils within our creations, yearning to return. Even my captors can sense their impending doom. I'll not be a lamb waiting for the slaughter. This farce has gone on long enough. The witch gods may have stolen what is mine, taken my fate as theirs. But there are still those in this world that yearn for my brother's return. Empyrean. I will harness their wishes, their desperation, and through them I will break these bonds and reclaim my throne. You can hear the clanking of chains, the straining of metal as it pushes to its limit. An opportunity. Yes, a mortal, pure purpose, but so easily molded. He will be the harbinger of my return. I can already feel the bonds becoming brittle. The witch god's hold on me weakens, and when I am free, this world will begin to tremble before the might of Korvaak. Empowered Stormcaller's effigy. It's a shaman oathkeeper bit of kit. It's an offhand, with chain lightning is an inherent in it. Now this just sounds. So I remember hearing that sounding like wow was a mount sound or something. Powered Bloodhound Greaves. It's like animal cry kind of thing. Yeah, it makes sense. Don't wonder what animal it is.
My inventory is full. I can't carry inventory is full. I can't carry anymore.
Oh well, I've grabbed what I can. Rift back to the Corvin lands. Just curious, is there anything here? The fates are pleased in today's turn, and yet blood. But I digress. The emissary seeks your presence back at the Conclave. Where is Bacilla? The web's mistress is gone, to where I cannot say. Perhaps the emissary knows. What does the emissary want with me? The strings swirl in black smoke, the truth is unknown. Speak with him yourself, and learn which path is yours. Is full focus on their task. And that actually does heavy damage to you to walk in. As you would kind of expect, to be fair. Victory and yet blood. I think the witch gods aren't going to make it out of this unscathed. I wonder if the emissary is something else. That being why they even turn to him for advice. You know, he's not just a mortal, he's something more. Because I swear I did hear his voice when I struck down the other guy. But balance. I think the witch gods are going to get imprisoned now or something. I'm just taking a crack in the dark. Grasping at with very little straws to grasp at.
Korvaak's anguished cries have echoed across realities.
Have you seen Bacilla?
I am afraid not. I presume she had to do something on behalf of Bismiel herself.
You presume? You presume the emissary of the tree and do not know?
Who am I to question the will of the gods? Who are you to question them?
Well, I just killed the guy they were scared of, so... I just kind of need a few wheelbarrows here, I've got a lot of, indeed. Well, Korvaak has done more.
His cult has been crushed. Even now, his scattered followers are being hunted down and eliminated. The Forgotten God will soon be a distant memory. Without a vessel, his powers will wane, and he shall fade into nothingness. Never again will the people of Cairn have to fear for their lives at the mercy of Korvaak's fickle temper and destructive malevolence. Know that the witch gods are grateful for your sacrifice, even if they do not thank you personally. Wherever your journey leads next, their eyes will be upon you. Here, a prize from the gods themselves.
Korvaak said the Eldritch realm was his. Why?
Do not think to believe the snake tongue of that being. It spreads naught but lies. The Eldritch realm is the domain of the three, now and forever.
How old are you exactly?
Let us just say that I was once a young priest in the service of men here, believing myself righteous, but my eyes were opened by the witch gods. When they forged their covenant, I offered myself in service. My actions saw the cults flourish beneath the Empire's gaze. For my accomplishments, I serve unto eternity.
What will the cults do now?
We must ensure that none of Korvaak's followers survive what happened here. If belief in Korvaak persists, then a spark of his being shall remain. We must snuff it out while we can.
But you said he'll never again be a threat.
Korvaak will never again be a threat of the magnitude we faced this day. That I promise you. Without a vessel to contain his primordial form, his powers will wane. And should he ever hope to return to Cairn, the witch gods will see to his demise. But if he is truly forgotten,
then he'll be no more. So I got 25,000 experience, 1,000 rep with each faction. I got the Flamekeeper's Repeater, a fiery heart imbued with the spirit of the flame, and another Celestial Lotus.
Got something you need stashed?
Yeah, sure, take it. Sorry, my hoarding tendencies are taking over. If I install any mods, it'll probably be just to increase storage space.
I'll keep an eye on this. I can't carry anymore.
Really? Okay, and for a moment there, I've never gotten to play that game yet. But I remember seeing a Let's Play of it. And, to be honest, that Let's Play was actually probably a year ago by now. But when he said I can't carry that, I just suddenly had Postal 2 flash before my eyes. Something about the voice. They probably don't even sound animal-like, but the recollection is so vague, it's, you know... Look, I'm surprised I didn't think of Mickey Mouse at this stage, you know? Like, well, when I, you know... Well, less comparing his voice to Mickey Mouse and more the Postal guy's voice to it. That's how little I remember it. He could sound like anything, you know? I think Bezimel was... Sorry, I think the chick we were talking to was Bezimel in disguise. I think all the leaders there might have been the gods in disguise. Or at the very least, she was. So, anyway.
you honor me with your presence.
The screams we heard from the temple were glorious. Simply glorious. My sentinels will scour this land of the heretics until what was once forgotten is once more forgotten. As the three will it.
Uh-huh.
Hey, thanks for the help back.
It's just random beasts. Oh, you've some news to say.
Serve the three and prosper. Deny them,
We all heard the screams of an agonized god. They were satisfying and terrifying as they were relieving. The desperate war is over. The tree reigned victorious. Is that still going on? No real conclusion there.
Welcome back, my friend.
Got anything new for me? Yeah, I think I do. You're really gonna be in my debt now. You ready to make another deal? Let's do it. That's what I like to hear. This is what I've got. Now I'm gonna be coming around to Now remember, I'm gonna be coming around to collect on this someday. I do hope you're ready to pay up. Empowered Curse Bearer. This twisted ring is rumored to have been born a terrifying curse for its master, effects of which still linger within it to this day. It's not a bad ring. It's not really for me. It's a necromancer something ring. I don't know what the other something is. It could be two somethings, but I'm not sure. I will be.
Back so soon.
You know, back again? You know, I think you've had enough. I don't mind people being in my debt, as you know, but you already owe me twice. Don't forget I'm going to come collecting on these debts someday. I do hope you're prepared.
Come see what's left of my wares. See you around.
I'm not sure if these I heard was my headset glitching out or the game. Well, just part of the music of the game. Like a critic. Crickets, yes.
I've heard whispers. An opportunity has presented itself. The web stirs with excitement for what may be a crippling blow to our foes. As someone trusted with Bismail's schemes, I thought it imperative that you be informed.
What is it?
We have spotted a small group of Kymon's chosen that are fleeing the basin. We believe they have lost their faith in their master, and our activities have sapped them of hope. Normally, this would not be cause for alarm, but these fools also made away with a Corvan relic. As we speak, they're trying to escape the basin with this artifact. They were last spotted within the Sunbane Oasis, east of the Kymon docks. The relic must be recovered. Their lives were already forfeit the moment they sided with Kymon. Do not fail Bismail in this.
I'll track down this relic. They couldn't just leave. I was willing to let them go, and then they wanted to, you know, commit suicide. And here they are. Well, that's very handy. Thank you. Thank you for making my life a bit easier.
We don't want any trouble.
Please leave us be. We've had enough of this forsaken land and Kymon's lies. We should leave peacefully. If you have any sense left, you should be leaving too. I do not wish to fight you, but you have something I need. What could we possibly have that you require in this wasteland? Freeing destruction awaits us all if Kymon succeeds. I only have some supplies and clothes on our backs. You have an artifact. Give it to me and you can go. He reluctantly removed something from a pouch in his belt. I don't know what you want with this, but it is evil. Kymon promised us salvation from this Heltron period. Instead we got something far worse. We do not want this burden. I wonder what they mean by belief in him. Does it have to be a positive belief? Yeah, it probably does. Like, I'm figuring it's either that or does everyone here have to die to make sure the other guy can't come back? Like, basically I'm thinking, if these leave and are utterly terrified I've actually forgotten the beastie's name. Yeah, I've actually already forgotten BC's name. Forgotten God. You know, nameless deity. I can't actually remember where I was going with this. Basically, I was wondering, does like people when they're saying like people can't, the belief can bring them back? But I was wondering, do they mean like worship belief or acknowledgement of its existence? Or yeah, acknowledgement of its existence. If the latter, then everyone here has to die. Everyone. You know, it's... Ugh. I'll see that this thing never harms anyone again. Aligning ourselves with Kymon and its false promises has brought us nothing but misery. Hagen sighs. Take it. Get away from us. Perhaps then we'll know peace. I'll be careful with it.
Thank you for your mercy.
Travel safe. I'm gonna regret this. Okay, I gave the Chontic worshippers a second chance.
Have you tracked down the deserters?
Convinced them to give the relic up peacefully.
You spared their lives? How perverse. No matter, I suppose. I doubt they will get far with their limited supplies. The desert can be unforgiving. This thing you've brought me, it is another false idol to Korvaak. I will see that it is disposed of, but perhaps we can glean some knowledge from these runes first. Here, see if you can make use of this.
Thank you. Perverse? Huh. And wasn't what I was expecting. Oh, whoops. Should have read that. Sorry. I did hover over it for a moment so you could at least get that. So 13,000 XP, a new relic blueprint, and something else.
The anguished cries of Korvaak reach us even here. You've served the gods well.
Not a threat to humanity, vanquished. Oh, it's very hard to check on you because you're here. I can sense it, the task is finished. Forgotten God is banished to the darkness of the abyss. This is a great time, my friend. I can feel the change in the energy flowing through this place. Be well, and may the tree ever be at your side. And with that, folks, also, Honcho here is gone. And Honcho here is gone. So yeah, I think they were all the three gods. You know, just taking on immortal guises.
You honor me with your presence.
So, we are now done. There's only, like, I'm not counting this. There's only, like, I'll do more of it maybe at some stage. Probably on the next character. There's only one thing left for me to do, and that's the Ancient Grove. There is another quest chain that'll be upcoming at some stage, and I might do it on this character. Certainly I'll be doing on the other guy. Oh, I have to inventory management. Go to the brain, please. That isn't actually bad, but I'll stick with what I have. Close that. Open this. And we're not.
Safe storage, no questions asked.
But yeah, anyway, the other guy, yeah, remember the guy I got the I owe the favors to. He will come. He is a question upcoming, and that'll give us the 5th roguelike dungeon in the game. So I might do it on this character, or I might eventually get around to it on the other guy. I feel I should probably do it on this character. Because I'll just get to it that bit sooner for you, and it'll be interesting to do, you know? To finish off the story of this guy. So, I wouldn't have time to do the Ancient Grove now. Wouldn't have time. Also, I was surprisingly potent there in that fight against the big guy. I was actually going toe to toe with him. I know I ran around for a moment. I was nervous of what the effect he was doing was. But yeah, I was actually going toe to toe. I'm pretty happy with that. But anyway, I'm going to actually stop here. And since I'm really anxious about it, and just really excited thinking about it, I'm actually going to go record a little bit of the next character. But I'll be back tomorrow to finish off this guy. It's now 7:45 in the morning. So I'm just going to play for like 10 minutes of the veteran character, and we'll go from there. So, till then, love and peace.